A star has settled over a Scottish island this Christmas, and once more people from the east are bearing gifts. Just before Christmas 2015, Bute, an archipelago off the west coast of Scotland in the Firth of Clyde, opened its doors uncertainly to a battered group of 24 Syrian families fleeing the daily threat of death and persecution. Many among Bute's 6,500 people were eager to welcome those who had endured horror. In some places the reception was chillier. This reaction was fueled by a degree of suspicion and resentment, and given further oxygen by some media coverage which sought to sow fear and foment division. The editor of the local newspaper, the Bute Emma, was so appalled by the tone of some of his readers' comments that he felt he had to face them head-on in a hard-hitting editorial. Mostly, these are just not very thinly veiled ways of people saying I don't want them in my backyard. Well, I do, wrote Craig Borland back then. I want Bute to be a place where people who come here with little more than the clothes they are standing in can feel safe and at home. Borland has since departed the editor's chair, but he will be delighted to know that his Christmas wish of 2015 has been granted. These Syrian families are indeed safe and they feel at home. This gruff and unsentimental little community now holds them close to its heart. The Syrian arrivals, in turn, feel that they belong here and are eager to repay the kindness they have encountered. 2 years ago Angela Callaghan formed part of reception committee on the island to help the refugees settle and feel welcome. She runs Bute Oasis, a gift and second-hand furniture shop which she uses to fund a food bank. 2 years ago she expressed optimism that the Syrian family's experience of Bute would be a happy one. These people will become part of our community and will not have much time when they arrive to organize meals. I know what it's like, and it'll be no different for them, so we'll all rally round, she said then. This Christmas she is organizing more than 100 food boxes for local and Syrian families alike and has given them all a little festive flourish. On Friday afternoon I find her as I had left her 2 years ago, organizing the delivery of the boxes. Helping her to distribute them are 2 young Syrians, Ahmaz Fars and Baisam Midday. They just feel that they want to put something back into the community, says Callaghan. They help out here and on the counter in the shop, and the locals love them. Her 2 Syrian helpers now have their driving licenses, which they obtained after taking their tests in Ireland, which offers the theory part of the test in Arabic. The Syrian families have all settled well here and the community regards them as their own, she says. And that includes some of those who were less inclined to be welcoming when they first came here. We have lots of wee Syrian children running around with broad Scottish accents. Now I pop in and out of their homes for dinner and cups of tea. I'm not saying there weren't some difficulties initially. I noticed that 3 of the children were struggling.